me ask you something. Because I got a little small. Me and Mans, we share a little small office.
Right.
Well, it's not small. It's a good sized office. But he hadn't been there end of last week or yesterday. So that time I was talking to a few coworkers, and I was like, "Yo, this happened, XYZ. Like, I was basically framing it as, yo, let me know if like I'm tripping. Like, if I'm tripping, let me know. Presented the story the same way I told you last week. Yo, let me know if I'm tripping or like, you know what I mean? And all three people were like, that's a little weird. One person tried to shoot him some bail, was like, well, maybe, you know what I mean, he was just trying to give you like that other perspective before you knew you seriously wanted to get that. And I was like, no. That wasn't even how it was presented. It was presented as, this is getting got. It's a which way this is going. Like, this was getting got. That's how it was presented. And then after that, they were like, oh, what? Yeah, that kind of might be a little.
Yeah, it was weird.
Someone was dead ass like, this is why I do not tell coworkers a lot. Because this is like, that's weird.
That's a very weird thing to say to another human being. That isn't like your friend, like your friend.
But yeah, like we cool work homies. That's my man. Work wise, like we've hung out a few times outside of work. But I mean, it's not like a.
Yeah,
it ain't like a you. Like if you said it, this a whole different thing because you my man. You my man. So like you said it, I know where you coming from, but it was like, okay. Like, I hear you, but wow.
Very weird indeed.
What you trying
to say?
Hey. No, I'm not crazy. And me too.
Are you in the office every day, or is it just a
day?
How often do you see this person in the office? How often do you see this person in the office?
I try to go into the office. Well, now that I have gotten all the ways to charge on campus for free, because my job, I found out, has one of the largest fleets of free electronic vehicle charging stations on this side of the country. Like there's chargers everywhere. All throughout the can't find them. The extra miles.
I mean, it's worth it because it's like a whole fleet, right?
Yeah, no, it's like charging stations at on basically every part of campus. So hold on, I'm trying.
Okay.
Shutting some other computers off around here, so maybe that'll help with my lagging. Trying to get better over here. All right, Danny, how are you doing?
Well, while D does that, welcome everyone. Oh man, let me tell you. Last week, I don't know if we talked on the show last week, but over at my house, our HVAC unit broke and we had to get a whole new unit. And fortunately, it came in today. It was installed. It's working. It is now cool in our home. Not living in a sweatshop. Not living like I'm living in the 30s or the 40s. The past 3 weeks have been hot as hell. Tomorrow starts a heat wave here in the South. I think Friday it's supposed to get to like 97. So I'm glad, like, we good. Everything's fine. Life is good, man. Life is good.
Yeah, I got that thing fixed though, right? No more.
Yeah. It won't. No more issues. It took a while. We had to get a couple bids from companies in the city, but we found the right one. They installed it today. You don't know how happy I am.
All right. Let the people know where the show is brought to them by, brother.
Yeah, well, everyone, welcome to episode 144. Speak on it. We are brought to you by the good folks at goingfor2.com. I am Danny Ocean. It's usually reversed the intro because you do such a good job. But you some thoughts while we're still here about this heat. I just can't get over how hot it was. It was so hot that I would have to sleep in my underwear. And for those of you who are watching, like, oh, that's a nasty image. Chill out. It's not as nasty as you think it is. It was just hot. It was muggy. It was sweaty. We had to buy a fan for our dog to put on her crate so she wouldn't get hot. And like I said, it was just muggy. I was sleeping in my underwear. It was hot. It was just gross. But now everything is fine. Life is good. Tonight is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about the finals. I know the Mavericks are down 0-2, but there's still faith to be had. We're going to talk about WNBA, Caitlin Clark in the snub. Excuse me, Darren Waller, some NFL stuff. We're talking about Dan Hurley pulling the greatest heist job ever, and then talk a little bit of fantasy. We're talking about some scams. We're just gonna have a good time tonight, D. I know you want to talk about the finals, and I know you want to. I don't want to say you want to make fun of me because you're not that person, but you do have some jokes to get off because I was extremely confident last week when we talked about the NBA finals. You sure? Are you sure?
No, do you remember my take? I was like, yo, I think the Celtics might win in 5 or 6.
I do. I remember your take. And guess what? The Mavericks are still going to win the NBA championship.
These niggas ain't won a game. Listen,
the Mavericks will be NBA champions.
Listen, you sound like me last year when we played Denver in the Western Conference Finals. We down 0-2. Here I go. Nah, Lakers in 6. Lakers in 6. Lakers in 6.
It's going to take an extra game, but Mavericks in 7.
Mavericks in 7. So where do you think? When do you think the first Dallas win comes?
Tomorrow night.
Okay. Do you think? Do you think this Kristaps Porzingis injury that's being talked about kind of came out today, recently, like a little before it came out? Do you think that's going to be bigger than we think?
Absolutely. I think you can say Kristaps and Jaylen Brown have been the game changers in this series, right? Game 1, Kristaps come out. He's on fire. He's been a great rim protector this entire series. He's kind of eliminated, like, there really haven't been a lot of lobs or anything of that nature during this series. And I think Kristaps has a big he's a big reason for that. I know that on the broadcast, was it Sunday night? JJ and Doris kind of got into the weeds about how Boston is guarding the corner 3 and the lob. I just think those minutes without those Kristaps minutes may come back to haunt them because this series has been a lot closer than the score has suggested, right? Game 1, Boston hits all those threes in the first quarter, but after the first quarter, Dallas scored 70 points and Boston scored 69. And then game 2 was close until the very end, until Jaylen Brown pushes PJ Washington in the back on that dunk to turn into a 1-possession game. But who's counting, right? Like, whatever, it's fine. Like, the series has been closer than the score has been.
Trust me, my team has been in the series like that. Trust me, my team was in the most competitive sweep in NBA history. Literally, the most competitive sweep in history. So,
and hopefully in Dallas, you don't see those foul calls, and Boston isn't in the bonus with 6 minutes left in the first quarter. So we'll see. I still think the Mavs win in 7. For those of you who don't know, 2 years ago when the Mavs went to the Western Conference Finals, they were down 0-2 to Phoenix. And how did that end?
They won in 7 or 6?
They won in 7. That's when Luka went in Phoenix game 7 and just dropped like 30 by half.
Yeah. The thing is, he been playing that way offensively every game. Like, Luka be going out there just getting buckets, and it do not be hard. Yo, Luka Doncic, I'm sorry. If I ever said Luka ain't like, I'm sorry. I'm tired. Listen. Luka Doncic is the type of white basketball player that would make most black players mad. Like, no way you just about to get this shit off. No way you just hitting this lazy ass little step back 3 that ain't nobody got an answer for. Like, he do that shit where he'll bring them. He'll bring the ball up the court, and then as soon as he get into his little post motion, I say, yo, whoever's about to take him, they about to be in hell for the next 10. Bop, bop. And he moving slow. Bop, 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 bop. Step back.
That's the thing. That's the thing. He moves in slow motion. But for me, it's very simple for the Mavericks to win. Like, Kyrie got to show up. Like, you can't have 13 points. Kyrie too busy fighting Boston, and he not playing basketball. Like, that's the difference, right? Like, for me, game 2 was the game. When we got on here, I said that Dallas will lose game 1 by double digits, that Boston will hit all these threes. And I was like, game 2 is going to be the game. And Boston were like 5 of 29 from 3. That was the game to take, right? The bad shooting night. But Boston hit their free throws. Boston got Dallas they got in the bonus early. They hit their free throws, and that was the difference.
I can say that I do think, similarly to the Minnesota series, that while I think Minnesota won game 4. So I'm thinking maybe, what was the series before that? Where I think the Mavs may have won game 1 and 2 versus the Clippers and lost games 3 and 4.
Something like that.
I think
I know against Minnesota they won games.
They won 1, 2, and 3 and then lost 4. Yeah. So here's what I think seriously will happen. I honestly think the Celtics are going to come out and shoot the ball well tomorrow night. I just think y'all are going to shoot the ball better. Funny enough, or better.
Tomorrow's the Kyrie game.
Oh, listen. It's either going to be the Kyrie game, or I'm calling it right now, Junior game.
No, Tim Hardaway Jr. will not see the floor. Tim Hardaway Jr. will not see the floor tomorrow. We will not get Tim Hardaway minutes tomorrow.
Okay. So you think we get what, the Jalen Hardy? You think tomorrow's the Jalen Hardy game?
Yeah, tomorrow might be the Jaden Hardy game, but I don't think Tim Hardaway sees the floor.
Listen, there's got to be a game where a role player just has a crazy game. Because y'all got to have an equivalent of a Derek White game. Y'all got to have some role player that comes and gives you a Derek White game.
It's going to have to be PJ Washington.
It might have to be. Listen. The Mike Breen bangs hit differently when it's Derek White making the 3.
It's
nasty.
It's disgusting.
This shit's hurt. I'm watching it like, yo,
Derek White. Ain't he blocking shots at the rim?
Listen.
Dog. He blocked Kyrie at the rim. What are we talking about?
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie need 50. Kyrie owe me 50.
So let me ask you something. Who from the Celtics, I feel like I know the answer. Who from the Celtics has underperformed even though they're up 2-0 in your
we know it's Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum at the podium the other night was talking like, oh, it's a team game. No, sir. You took as many shots as Luka game 2. You just won't hit them.
Thing is, he's doing everything but score the ball very, very well.
Yeah. Like he's doing what's needed.
Here's my thing. When I'm watching the Mavs, the Celtics on offense, kid you not, anytime JB or Tatum drive to the cup, I'm like, oh, this is easy too. And they always just kick it out. And then when they kick it out, depending on who taking it, lets me know if I feel confident in them making that shot. Derek White, Drew Holiday, I'm like, oh man, those hurt. Here's when the Peyton Pritchard and the Sam Hauser threes start coming in, it's like, oh, this is an avalanche. There's nothing y'all can do.
It feels like racism. It really does. Like this is that. It really just
that game like 1 felt like racism. Watching Kristaps Porzingis get his game off. Watching Tingus Pingus get his game off.
Where was that in Dallas, Kristaps?
No. Kristaps, he must have unleashed he must have a secret offensive bag that he just wanted to hide for the NBA Finals. This guy's out here just with the post moves, the little pump fake, getting people off the. Listen, Derek Lively and PJ Washington Derek Lively and Gafford was in hell. They didn't know what to do, and I just know in the scouting report, Coach Kidd was like, "KP is soft. He is soft."
Yes.
They was like, "Oh, he's soft. He's sweet. Bucket."
And you know the first thing
about all that he's gonna have to die before they
can
get him off the court for him not to play in Game 3. And I'm like, Kristaps, let me tell you something. If you think they're gonna let you go out there and play and risk the NBA PA coming back, no, they not.
It ain't happening.
No, they not.
But the thing that Kristaps was frustrated in Dallas because they were asking him to post up and he didn't want to do it. And now all of a sudden
he got a mean post up back.
Now he can put, man, somewhere Rick Carlisle's like, LOL, I got fired over this.
Somewhere, fucking Luka is like, motherfucker, if you would have done this from the start, your European ass would be on our team right now.
We'd have a ring. But we still gonna get a ring because the Mavericks are going to 7.
But here's the thing: he did all that. I knew game 2 he was not going to be game 1, KP.
Nope,
and he wasn't.
And he was not.
But I did not expect him to get hurt while doing it. So that lets me know they might have maybe rushed him back, or maybe he was a little geeked up a little bit off of adrenaline game 1 and game 2 and game 3. I mean, game 2 is where it came back down to reality, and now he's realizing, yo, I'm healthy, but I ain't that healthy.
Also, someone knocked Jaylen Brown out the sky. He's had like 3 dunks this series that have been like just game changing. Knock him out the air. Daniel Gafford, you got 6 fouls.
Yeah, you're right. No, what y'all need to do? Where's the James Johnson on y'all's bench?
He doesn't exist. Was it Dante Exum, the Australian? It needs to be. Oh, we got Markieff Morris. What am I talking about? Marcus Morris on the team.
What are we talking about?
Coach Kidd.
Coach Kidd, if you're watching this, Coach Kidd, insert the Morris twin in and just tell him number 7.
Clothesline that fool. We're gonna watch Monday Night Raw for inspiration. You see what Braun did to Ricochet?
Listen, I can tell what they're trying to do with Braun. Oh my! I thought he really hurt Ricochet yesterday.
I killed him.
I listen. Did you hear the thud when he threw him off? I was like, oh my God! I know Ricochet's looking at this motherfucker like, yo, be easy.
Triple H said, "Oh, you want to leave, Braun?
We got him." Here's the thing. So you know how when they like throw wrestlers on those front windows and they actually crack, is the window like plexiglass or something?
No, I think it's a real windshield.
Think about how much pressure you got to hit a window with to shatter it like that with a human.
Hey, this is a preemptive pause. As big as Braun Breaker is, it won't take much pressure. Like when he runs the ropes, the ring moves, dog. It does not make any sense how fast Braun Breaker is. Hey, I don't care what you say. That man's going to be a champion.
It's Pride Month, so we can't pause anything. It is Pride Month, and both of us are allies. We're both allies, so I guess we can't. We just got to play it. All right, play it. Fuck it. If we here. As big as he is, all that dick swinging, he wasn't expecting.
Didn't say all that. Didn't say. I just said for a man his size.
No, I got what you said. You said that brother that size, all that dick and meat swinging. How you moving?
Hey, yo, where is Achille when you need him? Achille, please step to the front.
Listen. People, to all of our Speak On It fans. One memory that I could just think on and instantly laugh is Achille coming in here that day.
He's the funniest man on earth.
Achille, first thing he puts on the screen is them damn all black people paintings that you only find in your grandmama's house.
Yeah, definitely got that from an arts festival downtown. Definitely got that at a black arts festival downtown.
Listen, and you know them paintings that only black grandmamas have. They got the painting of Snoopy at the table with Snoop Dogg, a black Jesus, and Marvin Gaye. They playing poker. Hanging up on the
what Achille didn't show us was his drawer of church fans that have historically black figures on them that he's collected.
And don't forget, he didn't show us the living room with plastic all over the sofas to keep it clean.
What are the odds Achille eats Raisin Bran for breakfast?
Oh my, Raisin Bran! What's the odds that he still got one of the old stereo systems in the glass case? With
1,000%. And you can't touch it.
And you better not touch it. When's the last time you played one of these? Years, but don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Oh,
he sounds like my father.
Shit. That's funny. Oh man. So if the Celtics mess around and win this series, and Jason Tatum's play continues,
yep,
he probably won't win the Finals MVP, even though he's the Vegas odds-on favorite,
which is crazy.
What the fuck is Vegas watching? What do you think the narrative around Jason Tatum would be?
It's going to be the same, right? It's going to be he was a passenger. I feel like Jaylen Brown right now is Finals MVP. I don't think it's really close. Like Jaylen Brown, he's guarding Luka. Like he's being like he's changing the game. He's blocking shots. Like it's Jaylen has 2 steals on Luka that are just momentum killers for Dallas. Game 1, he picked Luka's pocket and he had that dunk on the other end. Like it's Jason. This finals has either confirmed what you feel about Jason Tatum, whether you like him or you don't. Like if you like Jason Tatum, he's a team player. He's doing what needs to be done to win. And if you don't like Jason Tatum, he's a passenger on a loaded team on the way to a finals victory. But he'll still be a champion if they win, and that's can't take it away from him. So,
you know what's funny is everyone knew all season how good Boston was going to be. They won 60+ games this season.
Yeah.
And it took to the NBA finals for everyone to say, yo, the Celtics might be as good as we think they were. And now the narrative's changing to, yeah, they were always good. They paid for this roster, basically. Which
I would push back on that is my only pushback was that they haven't been challenged in the playoffs. Like I think that was my biggest criticism. Like they really haven't been.
I mean, had they really not been?
I mean, you play a Heat team without Jimmy Butler. You played
the Pacers team without Halliburton, but they was in trouble during that series.
But they won. Drew Holiday came through. Like
but they was in trouble in that series. Like
they weren't.
They shouldn't have been. Indiana shouldn't have got swept. Matter of fact, Indiana should have been up 2-1.
They should.
There was only one of those first 3 games where the Celtics completely beat them. There are other games where the Pacers were definitely in it. They had the lead going into it and just fumbled it away because they ain't got nobody to be like, yo, guard your motherfucking man on their team. They ain't got nobody like that.
Yeah. I will say Boston seems to play down to their competition, which the inverse of that is they play up to their competition. So you might struggle against Indiana, but when you play a team like Dallas, like, all right, like I just want to see how they play on the road. Like what is Jaylen Brown like on the road?
I was talking with someone recently and they were like, the NBA is really about matchups because the T-Wolves were a bad matchup for the Mavericks. That's why that series looked the way it did. But the Mavericks were a bad matchup against the Nuggets. So had the Nuggets and the Mavs matched up, I think the Nuggets probably would have won in like 5 or 6.
No, they would have swept. Like Joker versus Lively and he would have had his way.
And then that also would have carried over to the finals because the Celtics don't have an answer for Jokic. So you can put KP, you can put Dominican Al Horford on him. It don't matter. He's eating somebody's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Talking about Jokic, the Mavs just don't have a Jokic on their team.
They don't,
respectfully speaking. So it's hard for them. It's hard for them to match up because the Celtics can just match up against the Mavs in any way. No matter who the Mavs can put out there, the Celtics have someone that can guard that player one-on-one.
Yeah.
And then for someone like Kyrie, we got 2 players who can throw at you in Derek White and Drew Holiday. And for someone like Luka, we got 2 players we can throw at you in Tatum and Brown. So it don't matter. We can double your 2 best players.
Yep.
And single up on everybody else and basically make it so everyone else has to shoot the ball well for y'all to win.
I mean, we talked about it last week. We said that you could double Luka and feel comfortable with someone guarding Kyrie by themselves. You can take Tatum and White or whoever for Luka, and then you can say, Drew, you got Kyrie. And you be like, all right, that's fine. You can shade Porzingis to Luka.
KB, whoever, just rotate to help whoever.
Yeah, you can shade KP to Luka or Al Horford, and you can trust that Drew Holiday or Derek White can hold Kyrie, and it's worked.
I'm telling you, last week when you really broke down the matchups, I was like, oh shit, the Celtics really might be way better than we want to give them credit for. They just shit the bed.
We just hate them, and that's okay. It's okay to hate the Celtics.
But see, here's the thing. I I want to see the Mavericks win because I would like to see Luka get a ring, and I would like to see Kyrie get his second one away from LeBron, one that he can feel like, give him like that 09, 010 Kobe ring, where it's like Shaq wasn't here. I did this. It was obviously you're playing with Luka, but Luka's not LeBron, so no one's going to be like, oh, it was just LeBron and the supporting cast, even though everyone knows that 2016 finals, Kyrie did a lot of saving. Anyway, yes, I think this is I think Dallas winning this ring would be like the Lakers winning that 09 2010 championship, Kobe's first ring without Shaq. Like, yeah, motherfucker, I did it. Then he came back and doubled up. The next year I had to get another one. This is why I think that's what I think a ring like that would do for Dallas right now in the state. The other problem is on the flip side of that, I don't really know if I really want to see the Celtics choke this one away. Only because, I like Jason Tatum and I like Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown bought me dinner, or not dinner. He bought me and my friends lunch one day and he hooped with us.
Oh, that's dope.
I never told you about that?
No, you've never told. No, you have not told me that you got to hoop with Jaylen Brown.
Story time. I had a really good internship when I was in college at a really good company. And during that internship, we took a trip down to LA, just on some weekend shit. Like, let's just fly down to LA and see what the vibe is. And so we go to Venice Beach because my roommate was like, yo, y'all trying to go down to Venice Beach and hoop. Mind you, if you know me, you know I love hooping, even though I am not really there's a reason why I didn't play basketball, but I love hooping. So I go out there, I try to play good defense, just try to make smart plays, try to, put people who actually can score the ball and have an offensive bag in a position so they can do that. So we just out there kind of hooping a little bit, and we start looking around for my man's friend because he was like, yeah, I'm trying to meet my boy Jaylen here. Like, he's somewhere around here hooping, just kind of chilling. And I'm like, so we start looking around, and I just look at this dude, and I'm like, yo, dog, unless you're talking about Jaylen fucking Brown from the Celtics, let's go. Like, I'm tired. He was like, no, it actually is Jaylen Brown. And I said, bro, I was like, yo, stop fucking playing with me. Like, let's go. And he was like, oh, that's him over there. And sure enough, number 7, Jaylen Brown comes walking up to us. What up, guys? How we doing? What up? He was like, what's up, Chef? That's my man's name. What up, Chef? I see you, bro. I guess they used to, I don't know if they like hooped on the same AAU team or like they played for the same AAU team just at different times. So he asked. So after he says what's up, he asked the one question that all hoopers ask when you're at a basketball court. Yo, y'all trying to hoop?
Okay.
Who got next? Y'all trying to hoop? And we look around, and I said, "Shit, let's go. Let's hoop." So we walk over to the court. It's the 4 of us plus Jaylen Brown. That makes 5. And there's 5 on the court. They said, who running next? We got on it. Let me tell you something. You ever run pickup and you could tell who the best offensive player on your team was, and you're like, nah, I'm gonna just get him the ball and I'm gonna just try to listen. That was 5-on-1. That was 5-on-1. Straight up, Jaylen Brown is taking on 5 people at one time, and we're just standing by the 3-point line. We have man by the elbow, ready to, like, you know what I mean? If you need the quick, just toss in, just dump it off to me. Yo, Jaylen Brown, he told first guy, bop, bop, easy, got past him, side step, fake out, ooh, to the hole, 2 points. And I'm like, oh, this guy plays in the NBA and this is 2017. So this is like coming off his rookie year. Oh, and I'm like, oh shit, this guy might be nice. Brother, we went to maybe like 15 we went to 15. I mean, he had to have scored all 13. He scored 13 of the 15. It was like they were triple teaming him and they had no answer from him. So after that, quickly everyone was like, I think he plays in the NBA. You could tell because skill level. It was like it wasn't even fair. So afterwards, people are like walking up, some people are like taking pictures and whatnot. Jaylen Brown was like, yo, now I'm just trying to yam it. So now he just starts trying to like do all these crazy dunks. I got a few videos on my phone of him trying to get some dunks off. And I was like, oh shit, like this guy's really an NBA player. Then afterwards, he was like, yo, we looked at me and my friends. He was like, yo, y'all hungry? And was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, there's a little taco spot down the street. We can go. So we go and we sit down. Now, at the time that we sat down, I'm going to be honest with you. It was 4 of us. So me and my man, Chef, I look at Chef and I just look at him. I say, okay, Chef, you know, I am not the type to bum off people. I'll pay for my meal. But what are the chances that the richest person at this table, who happens to be a professional athlete, pays for everybody's food here and nobody else knows? And he was just like, yo, order what you want. The two people in front of us, they're like, nah, he not paying for us, bro. I might not get nothing. So I look at Chef, look at these two dudes in front of me, and I say, all right, decision time. What do you think I did?
You ordered everything.
I ordered two sets of tacos. Oh, brother, I'm eating these like I know these is for the free 99. I know these is for the free 99.
Oh God.
Guess what? That table never saw the check. Never saw the check. The two people, our other two friends, sick as hell. Cause Jaylen Brown was like, yo, y'all not getting anything? They was like, nah, we good. We good. I'm over here like, nah, I got this.
I'll eat for everybody.
Yeah. Oh man, we never saw the check.
That's
got
crazy.
up, they dapped everybody up and was like, hey man, nice to meet y'all. And I was like, hey, salute to you. Good luck next season.
And that's when you
That
play
was it.
basketball.
And guess who we ran into the very next season? 2018 Bron. Him and Jason Tatum, rookie year.
It's all right. It happens. That's a dope story.
So this guy lost to Bron like 2 finals in a row before Bron was like, all right, going to LA. He was
in LA.
like, yes.
So Bron will be a Maverick next year, so it'll be all right.
No, stop it. Let's stop it.
He will.
Speaking of LeBron and the Lakers,
let's
talk about the funniest man in America, Dan Hurley.
Why he played with him like that?
All right, so let's give some context to the folks who may not know. So, if you don't know, the Los Angeles Lakers decided to wait until after they lost in the playoffs to finally fire Darvin Ham. Most of Laker Nation was pretty happy. But then when you fire a head coach, you then realize you got to hire a new one.
Yep.
So the Lakers, last couple of weeks, they've been making headlines because they have been interviewing the likes of like Sam Cassell. There's a lot of interest in JJ Redick. Some interest in, I think his name is James Borrega, one of the assistants for the Pelicans.
Yep.
Then out the blue randomly, towards the end of last week, Woj comes out and says the Los Angeles Lakers are making a strong push for UConn back-to-back national head coach champion Dan Hurley. And they quickly come out and say, yo, they are prepared to offer Dan Hurley something that he cannot refuse. They are going to throw the bag at him. So the discourse over the next couple of days becomes, or the next day or so, is, does it make sense for Dan Hurley to leave UConn, the best basketball situation right now in college, and go to the NBA and coach LeBron James, the Lakers, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and the Lakers for whatever price they may be throwing? All the talking heads were like, this would be the guy, turn that franchise around. He just breathes ball. He's very smart, which is all very true. The guy knows basketball inside and out. He's a basketball savant. He comes from an incredible basketball family. He has a good basketball resume as a player himself. Dan Hurley knows basketball. That is for sure. Comes out that Dan Hurley is flying to LA to meet with the Lakers on Sunday. We later get details that the Lakers offer Dan Hurley, I think it was 6 years, over $70 million over 6 years, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they offered him $70 million over 6 years, and he basically, quote unquote, declined respectfully. He said he wanted to try to three-peat at UConn. And that leaves us where we are today. Me fucking flat out laughing at one. Let's piecemeal this. Danny, did you ever for a second think Dan Hurley was leaving UConn to go to LA?
There was a moment in time, like when Woj was like, yo, they're gonna throw the bag at this man, make him an offer he can't refuse. I was like, he might do it. And then as time kept passing and there was no deal, like when stuff like that comes out, there's a very small window, 8 to 12 hours maybe, where you can get that done. And then it just didn't happen. And then all of a sudden, Dan Hurley's like, nah, I'm going to stay at UConn. And it's like, damn, so what was all this for?
what did we do this for? Let me tell you something. I thought for maybe all of 50 minutes to an hour that Dan Hurley was going to be a head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. And I want to take a special shout out to my man Andre Blackout. If you guys don't know his IG name, he's also the host. Let me make sure. I want to plug his podcast in the right way. I'm going to plug in his he's also a podcaster. He leads his own podcast called Redacted History. If you guys have
yeah.
That's my guy Andre. So that's him. That's Redacted History. That's my man Andre. So Andre was like, "Yo, Darius, I know you a Laker fan. We're in a group chat, by the way. We're in a fantasy group chat." He was like, "Yo, Darius, it ain't happening, Captain. He said, I'm gonna let you know right now. It basically ain't happening, Captain. If y'all do, y'all throwing this man the bag." But then I started thinking about it. I'm like, what? Do Andre got a point here? Hell yeah, he got a point. Reality set in. Yeah. What the fuck? What? Listen, Dan Hurley, I'm gonna let you know right now. As a Lakers fan, you made the right decision. You made the right decision. No. Stay at UConn, protect your job security. Where's my? Hold on. Let me pull something up while I say this, so that way I can have this in a little bit of.
I'm very excited to see what's about to come next.
I got something. This is going to be this next portion is going to be a special message to the Los Angeles Lakers, and I want to take this time to thank Andre for what I'm about to say, because he's really the catalyst, because I knew. Listen, Los Angeles Lakers, you really thought for a split fucking second that somebody who just won 2 national championships in a row would take time out of his motherfucking life to leave UConn, all these wins, the Northeast, he's an East Coast guy, make his wife move, leave the program with these kids, to come to sunny Los Angeles with you niggas? A team that don't want to develop young talent. They want to trade young talent away and just sign newness. Sign proven guys to try to buy their way to a chip like the Celtics about to do this year. And y'all thought that was going to fly for Dan Hurley? We watched you fire Frank Vogel after he won a championship. We watched y'all hire Darvin Ham with confidence. And all he did was keep his motherfucking hands in his pockets while coaching 60. Whatever. Y'all was serious about that Darvin Ham, even though he had no head coaching experience. Then, after you fire him, when a year too late, you then start your head coaching job search by going after J.J. Redick. So if you fire Darvin Ham because he don't know anything about being a head coach, what the fuck make you think J.J. Redick know what the fuck it takes to be a head coach in the National Basketball Association, Los Angeles Lakers, and Jeannie Buss?
That's a great question.
What the fuck do you think this nigga know about coaching a basketball team? And this nigga don't nothing but his son's little league team. Tell me, what the fuck do you think was going to happen there when you have to go and interview someone who's a basketball savant? Huh? Y'all coming to Dan Hurley with $70 million over 6 years and saying, yo, Dan Hurley, listen, we're trying to take this team back to the promised land, help us be competitive again. Do you think you could do it? What you're really telling him is, yo, do you think you can make us relevant again in a year or two? Or do you think that by year 2, we can pay you enough that even the buyout wouldn't even matter? That's what y'all told this man, basically, with that bitch-ass offer. If you were serious, you would have gave him $100 million over 10 years and said, "Yo, dog, the buyout has to be $70 million." You get what you fucking deserve. Bring it back, LeBron. LeBron, you know you the GOAT. Best player I've ever seen, hands down, bar none. Jordan, you're cool. I like your shoes. LeBron, you the GOAT. You the GOAT. You start your fucking podcast with JJ Redick to make him seem like a real head coaching candidate for the rest of us because you know he's a great basketball mind. That's great, LeBron. You a great friend. Matter of fact, I need more friends like you, LeBron. I need more friends like you, LeBron. Here's what I need you to do, LeBron. Help JJ Redick get that assistant coaching job. Somewhere where, like, with a coach that'll develop him. Send him down to San Antonio. Bet he'll come back a better coach than the year before. Send him down to Miami. He'll come back a better coach than the year before. But LeBron, what the fuck are you doing, bro? AD. Come on, bro. Come on. Jeannie Buss. Here is advice from me, the Lakers fan. Next time you think about just go out and hiring somebody, pull a Jim Irsay. Go hire Jeff Saturday. Go fucking hire. Is that what we do? Go hire Jeff Saturday. No, that's a dumb idea. You don't fucking say. You don't. Just like hiring Darvin Ham. Just like hiring JJ Redick when you do it, because I know y'all gonna do that bullshit. Take us through 3 years of this bullshit again. Here's what I'm gonna say. Los Angeles Lakers. In 2026, 2027, when we are struggling to make it to 30 wins in a season, just look back at this time right here in June and late May and June of 2024 and just accept that this is when our downfall started. For real, for real. Because I can tell you by 2026, LeBron James is going to be in Turks and Caicos every weekend. Right after he brings an NBA team to Las Vegas. AD's probably gonna have like 1 or 2 years left. He's just gonna be trying to finish out that extension so he can get his money and retire. He got his ring, gold medal. He got everything else. He don't need it. He's already recognized as one of the greatest players ever. He don't need it. But Jeannie Buss, when you sit down with the Rambis family and you start thinking about what the fuck to do with this organization post LeBron and AD, just know there are 2 words to describe what's going to come to this franchise. Basketball hell. Get ready for it. Sorry about that.
Oh no, that was we could call it a night.
I'm sorry, because I know what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen. Yo, Dan, what the fuck were they thinking? I mean, seriously.
I don't know, man.
They wasted Dan Hurley time. They wasted Woj time. And Sham somewhere just smiling, hands on head like you dummies.
Oh, Shams is on ESPN throwing shots.
Oh, really? What'd he say?
Oh, he was on Pat McAfee. You have to go read it.
I did. I saw his interview with Pat McAfee this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching it live, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The fact that Pat is inviting the ops on Woj's network, he don't care about nothing.
Well, I will say this. Shams usually comes on every week around that time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I watch the Pat McAfee show like when I'm getting ready for work in the mornings. There are certain days that he brings certain people on. I think Tuesday, it's either like Aaron Rodgers Tuesday or Shams Tuesday. He brings but there's also he'll probably bring Woj on sometime this week. Like Woj should be on there. And I'm pretty sure someone's gonna ask him, yo, Woj, I don't want to say your information is bad, but yo, I'm of the knowledge I don't think Dan Hurley ever stepped foot in Los Angeles, California, bro. That is I don't even think.
Oof.
If you're JJ Redick, how do you respond to this?
Oh, you say never mind. Now I'm second best. No.
I think you're thinking about it wrong because I personally think JJ Redick now holds all leverage. 70 over 6. Cool. I'll reconsider. I'm going to need 80 over 7. I'm going to need a 90 over 6.
Yeah, I think I heard someone say there is a Monty Williams bar because he's the 4th highest paid coach. You can't be getting outdone by the Pistons.
That's another thing. What the Lakers? If you're trying to steal a national championship head coach, what the fuck do you think barely paying him more than Monty Williams is going to
No,
do?
he would have gotten less than Monty.
Oh, even worse.
I think he would have gotten more than
Imagine,
Budenholzer.
imagine selling that. Yo, we're gonna give you an offer that the coach of the worst NBA team is making more than. Get the fuck out of here.
Comedy. And Kyle, yes,
And-
we will get to the Stanley Cup Finals.
We are gonna get there, Kyle. And here's my thing. If you saw Darvin Ham not work out because he had no clear NBA coaching experience, you're interviewing JJ Redick with no NBA coaching experience. How do you know Dan Hurley is just going to come into the NBA and be successful? Do you not remember the Jim Boeheim thing from Cleveland a few years ago? Still one of the funniest coaching things that I've ever seen that the NBA just kind of like shuns. No one talks about it.
Do you know what the Lakers are?
Basketball hell.
No,
A
they
joke?
are
Clown?
they are the UVA of the NBA.
Okay, no.
UVA is a school where first-time head coaches go to get their feet wet.
No.
Tell me I'm lying. Tell me assistants, especially assistants in the ACC, or someone who dominates an independent or someone who dominates a lower tier conference, what's usually the school that gives you your first shot?
UVA,
A school like UVA.
Yo, somebody brought this up to me the other day. How could you, the Lakers, how could you feel confident that someone's just going to get all giddy and jump at the opportunity to coach the Lakers after they see what y'all did to Luke Walton?
And since
Luke Walton. I strongly believe Luke Walton was set up to fail. Because if you look back at that, look back at the players that he had some good players traded away. Then you're having this super young team in there with Kobe fucking Bryant on the tail end of his career. So now you're rebuilding with 14 of the 15 people on the roster, and the best player on the roster, a little injury prone, clearly out of his prime, but still wants to win a championship.
Then who else has been the coach? Mike Brown,
Frank Vogel.
What this might have been before Luke.
No, we can look it up. Let's just look it up.
Mike D'Antoni's who I'm thinking of.
List of Los Angeles Lakers head coaches. All right. Let's see. So we had, obviously we know Phil Jackson from 99 to 04.
Yep.
Then we had Rudolph Tomjanovich.
Yeah, Rudy Tomjanovich. Yep.
He only coached for a season.
Yep.
Okay. And then Frank Hamblin.
Yeah.
Then Phil Jackson from 05 to 2011.
Yep.
Oh no. This is where it gets fucking disgusting. This is where it gets nasty. Mike Brown, 2011 and 2012.
Yep.
Damn, only one season. Nasty. Bernie Bickerstaff.
Oh, I forgot about Bernie.
Then Mike D'Antoni.
Yeah, I knew he was in there.
Then Byron Scott.
I forgot about Byron Scott.
2014 to 2016, he had a record of, let me make sure I'm getting this right. Yep. Byron Scott from 2014 to 2016 had a record of 38 and 126. Luke Walton from 26 to 2019 had a record of 98 to 148. Then Frank Vogel, even funnier. Frank Vogel from 2019 to 2022, 127 and 98 with one championship. Darvin Ham, 2024 to 2022 to 2024, he was 90 and 74.
Oof.
It's nasty out here. It is nasty.
It's just not a sexy job anymore.
It's not, and I'm trying to think of an NFL equivalent where it's just not that. It doesn't have that glamour anymore.
Probably the Browns, the Patriots, yeah. The Saints.
Nah, because it has to be. You want to talk about prestigious franchises within the sport
Right.
that have a history of like have a
All the
serious
Broncos.
Okay, no.
You don't think the Broncos? They have 3 Super Bowls.
Listen,
4.
no, they got 3. 2 came from John Elway and them boys, and then
And
one
they went
came
from
from
Peyton.
Peyton Manning. And okay, respectfully speaking, Broncos fans, y'all aren't what we think about when we think about like championship franchises. Y'all are like a good franchise that has won the championship.
What
But I
about
think
the Giants? The Giants have a great history.
I could do a team like the Giants. Giants, Patriots.
Yep.
The Steelers, low key. That's not a sexy job. I know they've had the same head coach for a while, but I really feel like even if they fired Mike Tomlin, I don't think that's the sexiest job in the world because
you'll have stability.
You have stability, but you're in a crazy tough division.
That's true. Speaking of which, Baltimore. Well, I don't think Baltimore. Oh no, you have Lamar Jackson. Baltimore would be a sexy job. Yeah, I think Giants, Patriots,
Cowboys. Another one.
The Cowboys will always be a sexy job. It does not matter.
So do you think the Cowboys job will always be sexier than coaching the Los Angeles Lakers?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, when you put it like that, I guess when you go to coach for the Cowboys, does Jerry Jones meddle? Yes, but Jerry Jones is not afraid to give you the resources. I don't know if the Lakers will do right because when we talk about the trade deadline things,
but they're making trades and stuff.
But the Lakers are they're very conscious of that luxury cap and that tax apron. Like, will they go into the apron if they think like do you as Lakers fan? Do you think they were going, like the Warriors, like the owner of the Warriors was like, I don't care what it costs. We're going to keep these guys together and we're going to win as many rings as possible. Do you think the Lakers would do the same thing? Do the Lakers have the resources to do the same thing?
With LeBron currently, I think with LeBron, yes. With LeBron and AD, I think they are willing to do what they need to do to try to put a team around them that can be very competitive and can win a championship.
And I'll say this. The Lakers, their history is based on luring stars from other teams to them. It's not like they draft their stars. They drafted Kobe.
They don't believe in development and they want to pay for their teams like the Celtics are about to do this year, which is fine because there are 2 ways to do it. You can buy your teams or you can develop your teams. And then there's the teams that do a little bit of the both, like the Mavericks. But most of the time, you're buying or you're developing.
Yeah.
So, Los Angeles Lakers, y'all have given me a headache from all the yelling. I hope you're ready for the hell that's coming. Let's talk about some other people who are in hell. Caitlin Clark. Outside of just getting bullied all across the floor, she also got left off the women's Olympic, the USA's women national team. Danny, let me ask you something. What are your thoughts on this? Is this a fair snub? Do you understand it? Not fair? Some BS? What you think?
I don't think so. I did this thought exercise today, and I said, how many roster spots would Team USA have to open for Caitlin Clark to be a legitimate ad? I created an entirely new USA roster before I even thought about adding Caitlin Clark.
Really?
And that didn't include people who are injured. Like, I tried to keep who is healthy, and I came up with a whole nother USA squad before I even got to Caitlin Clark. And this isn't a knock to Caitlin Clark. She is a rookie. She can barely handle the physicality of the WNBA. My question is, what makes you think she can handle the physicality of international basketball? And again, this is not a knock to her. I've found it very interesting. This conversation has revolved around giving her something that she hasn't earned, where the root of sports is compete, right? Like if you compete and you're good enough, you're in. And if you're not, you have to get better. And this notion, I say this, if you aren't going to watch the women's team go for their 8th straight gold medal because Caitlin Clark is on the team, you would, this would be, they're going for 8 in a row. You were never going to watch anyway.
Yeah.
You weren't going to hang around anyway.
Here's my thing. Let's just say Caitlin Clark was Kurt Clark coming into the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Do the fucking math. Kurt Clark trying to get on the U.S. men's Olympic national basketball team, he would be in hell.
It wouldn't happen.
Who are you gonna take off? Who you gonna take off? Kawhi, my G. Even if you take Kawhi off, I can name you 5 before we get to a Kurt Clark.
Thank you, because the argument is, why is Diana Taurasi there? And you know what? I'm with you on that one. Diana Taurasi been eating up Olympic spots for a little while now.
Wait. She don't even play in the W anymore.
She does not. Like, she had a 40. I saw someone was like, well, she had a 40-point game. Diana Taurasi turned 42 years old.
Okay, Caitlin, that's one person you can get mad at. Fucking Diana, get your ass out of here.
Like,
man.
if you want to tell me Diana is there for leadership, I'll listen. Because that last team, the one that was in where the Olympics was in Tokyo. It had Sue Bird and all these veterans that aren't there anymore. And if you're saying Diana's there to help with some leadership stuff, I'll listen to it. I'm not a fan of it. But even if you take Diana off, I can name an entire, I can build another roster without even getting close to Caitlin. And here's it. So say you add Caitlin to the roster, right? She doesn't play. Now the story is, why isn't Caitlin playing? Why did you bring her over here for nothing?
Bring her all the way over here if y'all not gonna play her. Then now you have a roster. What is it? 14 other people?
12. It's only 12.
So now you have 11 other women who are, even if USA is advancing. Now the story is, y'all are winning, but why not Caitlin Clark? Why can't she get that shit's fucking annoying.
That's all the question. Why she ain't getting no burn? Y'all don't like her. Y'all are bullying her. Like, come on, man.
Yo, I saw this tweet, and I think it's the funniest tweet ever. They say Caitlin Clark is the first white person to experience racism.
They're treating her like Jackie Robinson, like she's breaking the color barrier.
They're like, okay, and this is the thing. The people who are saying this are the people who made her the thing that she is now.
Yes.
Listen, she was a great college player, ESPN, but this isn't college anymore.
And she's going to be a great WNBA. I think her playmaking ability and her ability to pass is going to get her way farther than her ability to shoot. But it's going to take time. Yeah. You can make the argument she's not even the best rookie out of this class.
Really?
Oh, have you watched Angel?
Angel, nice. You know how I feel about Cameron Brink.
Cameron Brink is in Defensive Player of the Year conversations, not rookies.
She nice.
The league.
She nice.
She's top 3 in blacks. Jesus. Yeah. And then you have Aaliyah Edwards. Aaliyah down in DC. This is a great rookie class. Caitlin is going to make her Olympic debut in 2028 in Los Angeles, and that is okay.
And what's wrong with that? I feel like she should be more excited for that. I think here's my thing. If you are tired of the discourse around Caitlin Clark, I'm there with you, because what I feel like it's doing now is the discourse has far left basketball. This is a hooping conversation. Newsflash, white America, us hooping fans, we don't give a fuck if you're white, black, green, yellow. Can you hoop? Are you a good hoop? Can you hoop? Do you make the people around you better?
I'll say this. Kelsey Plum, when she left college, was the NCAA leading scorer. Caitlin Clark broke Kelsey Plum's record. Kelsey's been in the league for 6 years. This is her first time on the Olympic team. This is her first. She went to Tokyo for the 3-on-3 team, but this is her first time being on the 5-on-5 Olympic team.
Oh, here's the other thing. All y'all out there bitching that Caitlin Clark didn't make the national team. Why y'all not congratulating fucking Cameron Brink for making the 3-on-3 team? Like, where's
the 3-on-3 team? Is like you got Ryan Howard, Haley Van Lith, Cameron Brink. Like that team is nasty. Now Alicia Gray got left off, and she was on the inaugural team that won gold a couple years ago. A little
Alicia
beef
Gray's
with
not
that.
she's not on the team.
Who? Alicia Gray? No, she's not on there. Alicia Gray got snubbed.
What about Jackie? Jackie's on there?
Jackie Young?
Yeah.
Jackie's on the 5-on-5. She again, another number 1 overall pick. This is her first Olympics, right? Like this takes time. Caitlin isn't strong enough. Her handle isn't tight enough. Like she got some work to do before she even thinks about being on Team USA. And that's okay.
What I'm gonna say. Caitlin, you not bigger than Zion Williamson coming out of college. And Zion, I don't think, has made an Olympic team yet.
Thank you. And it's okay. Like, and again, like this isn't a knock to her. It's okay.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So shut the hell up, white media, because y'all
she'll be fine. There are a lot of like Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp I put on this cape for Caitlin, and it's insane. Like they have both. Oh. Yeah, just give her a roster spot.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I want to shout out Andrea Gardner. Thank you for talking pure hoops. She went up there, Andrea, and is it what's
Monica McNutt.
Monica McNutt and the other and the twin that works up there too.
Shanae.
So Shanae and Andrea were talking to Stephen A. and Shannon. And Andrea was like, "Okay, Caitlin Clark. I'm a Caitlin Clark fan," she says, "but FIBA rules are different than WNBA rules. Caitlin's kind of small. She's barely getting used to WNBA physicality. FIBA physicality is even more physical than the WNBA. So you are going to throw that girl out there to get bullied. And that's I'm going to tell you right now, what you think like the Americans going to do when, like, I don't know, the German women just start going.
Right, but that's the thing though, right? Because if that happened to her and no one stood up for her, now it's, Asian them don't like her. They bullying her. They don't fucking leave her ass here. Please. Make her earn her spot like everybody else. Like, you didn't watch the Sun game last night against the Fever, did you?
I think I watched like half of a quarter, but I think when I started watching the Sun went on like this crazy run, and I was like, all right, I'm not watching this. Like, this is a beat down.
There's a play where Caitlin and Alyssa made the Olympic team. They're going for a loose ball, and Alyssa just rips it, and she literally throws Caitlin like a child. And like, that's the difference. Like, that's why she's not an Olympian.
Like, she's just too small. Tell her to get in the weight room. Use that motivation and tell her to get in the weight room.
Yeah.
All right, we got NFL, we got NBA out the way. My brother, NHL playoff hockey is lit. I don't know if you've been watching. Edmonton Oilers versus the Florida Panthers. They played game 2 last night. Game 1, I think game 1 was like Saturday. Game 1 was Saturday.
Game 1 was Saturday.
Florida won 3-0. Game 2 was last night. Florida won 4-1. Game 3 is on Thursday. That's in Edmonton. So the Oilers are down 0-2. I'm going to be honest with you. How do I say this? I don't watch a lot of hockey, but Florida looks like the complete and utter better team here, and I'm not sure how. Like, is this series supposed to be competitive, or did somebody lose along the way to one of these teams that may have made this a little bit more of a competitive series? You know what I'm saying?
I'll say this. Like, when I watched the Celtics and Mavs, especially game 2, it felt like the Celtics were inevitable. That's how it feels watching the Stanley Cup Finals. Like, Florida is inevitable.
So Kyle says that Connor McDavid from the Oilers has to resurrect the team. Connor McDavid has 31 points this playoffs. Kyle is also saying that Florida is learning from losing last year in the NHL Stanley Cup final. So, and so Kyle also, who's our NHL analyst that we bring on here, he said the Oilers dominated play for most of game 1. Actually, they just got goalied. Damn, it's tough. That's tough.
That's like the Lakers
Kyle,
in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, no, they're just getting bucked. Kyle, question for you. Knowing that game 3 and game 4 will be Thursday and Saturday in Edmonton, are you expecting the crowd to really give the boost to the Oilers to maybe help them, take a game to, make this a little bit more competitive of a series? Or do you honestly think the Panthers are going to go into Edmonton and steamroll? I'd be very curious to hear your thoughts on that. In the meantime, Danny, what do you think as a team when you're facing that 0-3 deficit and you're going into game 3, knowing you got to play at home? What do you think the mindset is for any team in these sort of things? Don't get swept?
No, it's desperation. I think when you're down like 0-2, you just have to focus on one game at a time. Like when I exercise or I'm doing a set, like the beginning of the workout is always the hardest because you know what's ahead of you. So if you just focus on that just one thing at a time. I can't worry about game 5 if I don't win game 3. I got to get game 3. And I think that's how you have to look at it. You have to break it down into the smallest. Going back to basketball, I got to win this quarter. That's it. That's all I care about. I got to win this quarter. If you do that 4 times, or if you do that, most of the game, like you're going to win. Okay, now we can talk about the next game. I think that's how you have to break it down. And we're in such a deep
I agree.
hole.
Got to take it one game at a time. And you got to kind of try to regain the home field advantage, try to even up the series, but it does have to start game 3, and you do have to take it one game at a time. Kyle said the Oilers do play better at home, and he also said he can actually see them winning both game 3 and game 4, but he does not see it being a sweep. Okay, Kyle. Danny, question for you before we get into some of these other quick hitters. By the time we pot to next week, do you think which finals do you think will be competitive by then? The NHL Stanley Cup Finals or the NBA Finals? Both the Celtics and the Panthers are up 2-0 in their respective series. Who do you think loses a game first? I should ask.
I think both would be. You just don't get. I think both would be competitive, but I really think that Celtics Dallas. Like I really think Dallas can still win this.
Really?
I have Luka Doncic and you do not. Like that has to count for something.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. After what I've seen, game 1 and game 2 of
like
NBA Finals,
I'm
with Kyle. I say the Panthers are more likely to lose a game than the Celtics after what I've seen game 1 and 2.
I understand, and you are 100% right to think that if Kyrie just hits a couple more shots, like let me see what Boston looks like on the road.
Okay.
Like if they dominate game 3, or the Luka wins on a buzzer, then we can have a conversation.
Yeah,
I just want to
you need to tell Mark Cuban to make sure the Celtics cannot travel deep to this one. God, you can't travel.
Role players play different at home. I mean, on the road. Not saying that Drew Holiday's not a role player. I think his play is going to stay the same, but Drew Holiday's not going to give me 27. He's not
a role player though. You said it.
That's what I'm saying, but he's not going to give you 27. Kristaps is hurt. Jason Tatum.
But if you're not going to give me 27, he's going to definitely D up the best player. Pause.
Jason Tatum, do you have it in you? Because that's what it's going to come down to.
Like, you know what? If I'm Jay Kidd, speaking on this, if I'm Jay Kidd, I'm letting Jason Tatum score like crazy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get everybody else slowed the fuck down. If there's going to be no KP, which I don't think there will be, listen, Celtics medical staff, if y'all put Kristaps Porzingis out there, be prepared for whatever lawsuit comes in about 2 years when that man can no longer play at the level that he can play at.
Yep.
I don't think they're going to put him out there, and I think Al Horford does not have an offensive bag like Kristaps Porzingis, which is fine. I honestly think if I'm Jason Kidd, I'm saying Jason Tatum can beat us. You other motherfuckers will not, and we're going to find a
Which is crazy to say, and like I said earlier, this finals has confirmed how you feel about Jason Tatum, no matter what you feel about Jason.
Oh, yeah. I can tell you this. MJ, Michael Jordan, he's glad that he signed them both because they're both in the finals. But I know Mike is looking at Luka like, come on, dog.
I mean, what else can Luka do? His ribs damn near broken, his knee falling off, his ankle falling off, and he still gives you a 30-point.
Oh, that little rib contusion thing, was that bad?
Did you see him before the game? Like, he was wrapped up. He looked like a mummy.
Someone called him year 18 Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, that's exactly what he is.
Yo, do you remember how Ben Roethlisberger looked towards the end of his career? Like, yo, big dog, stop playing. You don't just stop playing.
The stress of sexual assault will do that to you.
Yeah, you're right about that. Darvin Ham is back at the Bucs to be the top assistant under Doc. We don't have to spend a lot of time here. Danny, what do you get when the dumb coach the dumber?
Listen, safest job in the city because Doc Rivers, they're still playing. The Bucs are still playing Budenholzer. They're still paying the guy they fired last year. Doc not getting fired. Yeah, Darvin, you good. Darvin Gucci.
You're good. Okay. Sports betting scamming. Oh my God. It feels like every week this shit only gets wilder. So Jonte Porter is literally the tip of a deep iceberg of a sports betting pyramid scam. Did you hear some of these details?
I did.
Holy shit. I know Adam Silver is shitting bricks right now.
Well, he's probably happy because it's Jonte Porter. My question to the man who tried to flee the country, what do you have, 20K in cash? What took you so long? What the fuck
are you going to do with that 20K, my nigga?
For me, it's what took you so long? You should have left the moment Jonte Porter got arrested. What were you waiting for?
Yo, Jonte Porter got suspended like during the season. You
could have 3 months ago. You should have been in Australia.
Yeah, you should have been in Bali with Diddy and them. Diddy and Russell Simmons.
You know he was gonna sing. You know who you talk. You know he was going.
Jonte Porter got on that thing and sang like Aretha.
Him, officer.
He got there and sang like the Supremes. He said, "Hey, this thing bigger than me, Dino Brown."
I got caught.
I just got caught. Let me tell you about what these other motherfuckers was doing. Yo, he really did get on that thing and started singing. He was like, "Oh yeah, my man, he would always take the under on me." And then they started bringing out like did you see the video of like him trying to miss badly and banking a 3 and then was okay. So I forgot the game, but I could tell he definitely took the under on himself that game because he tried to intentionally miss. But these are NBA players, so you have to make the miss look legit, or they're going to be. You're not. You're an NBA player for a reason. So he tries to intentionally miss this thing called the bank money. You see him. You know how they like back up and they're backpedaling, and you can just see the look on his face, like, "Fuck, I just hit my over." I know he was sick, and that's when I was like, "Oh, this guy was a stone cold criminal."
I gotta find this video. Hold on.
It was nasty. Listen. Jonte Porter, your little crew. Listen, you kind of had to know this was coming because who the fuck bets on Jonte Porter points or rebounds or over-unders? Like,
no, he does look like
he's sick. You see that face? Like, oh shit, I just hit my over.
I'm about to get my knees broken.
Honestly, why do you, that's a good question. Why do you think Jonte Porter got on that stand and got to singing like that?
Because the Fed said, "Hey, do you want to go to federal prison?" And he said, "No, I don't." He did it.
I don't think it was a prison time. I think they probably were like, "Yo, we're about to federal time," and he started doing some thinking. I can either tell these people and they can put me in some sort of protection, or I can not tell these people, and I can let them people that I was in cahoots with let them think what they want to think and come deal with me.
Correct. You don't have to talk to the police, but if it looks like you're talking to the police,
they're going to come find you. Jonte Porter, I would say peace and blessings, but you might try to take the over on how many blessings I'd give you. So
good night. Good night. That's it.
Stay strong, brother. Stay strong.
We're done here.
Oh, man. Listen, I would say WWE thoughts, but the only WWE thoughts I got, Roman. Whenever
you're ready.
Whenever you're ready. I do like this iteration of the bloodline. I'm curious to see how Roman, Jay, and Jimmy fit into it.
I am very shocked at the language Paul Heyman is getting away with. Like he called them thugs to their face.
What's up with black people and the word thugs? We gonna find a way to make that racy.
Like just the connotation, and Paul knows that, and he still used it.
But they acting like thugs.
He said they are thugs. He
They're
said it. Oh,
Oh man, listen, Cody, you trying, brother, and all I can do is respect it.
no. This is what the Cody fans wanted. You wanted your hero to finish the story, and now we got to watch this shit.
Yeah, it's
Who is he defending the belt against now?
AJ Styles after AJ Styles pulled the Mark Henry.
Like, come on, man. I got to watch Drew McIntyre versus Damian
I'm okay with
Priest.
that. I like that storyline. I actually really like that storyline because I'm glad Drew's kind of getting his little small heel run in. Damian Priest, I mean, like that's one where like I'm curious to see how they're gonna do the Judgment Day. Now that Damian's in control, they added Carlito. They're doing that little thing there.
It's
But
going
outside
in
of
with
that-
Dominic and Finn Balor fighting over Liv.
Dominic, I'm not a milkman,
Yes,
but I
you
respect that milk. I respect that milk. That's not
But
bad.
Finn is the one that's running
Phil-
game.
He feels a way about it.
Didn't he get out the same SUV as her like 3 weeks ago in the background? Like they were doing intros and they get out the same SUV. He took the hotel key last night off the table and slid it in his pocket. Finn running game, dog.
Hey, Finn, no, and I believe Liv Morgan might be recently divorced after recently getting married.
Finn
Yo,
running
shout out to
game.
the married couples that stay together just to get that wedding out the way, and then they get divorced soon after. Them
There's
are my
no
favorite
man.
type of those are my favorite type of married couples. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I look back and I laugh when I look at your save the date. I'm looking at your save the date and laughing. You niggas couldn't even make it 2 years.
Listen, marriage is hard. Well, let me take that back. Marriage is not that hard.
You
What?
motherfuckers out here getting married to the wrong people on purpose.
That's right. People don't take their time. Hey,
They don't take their time, and they only see how nice the wedding will be. They don't
Yep.
think about nothing else after that. Nothing else after that. That's why I don't really respect a lot of y'all's little engagements or relationships, because I know what's going.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was with my wife for 6 years before we got married.
Smart,
So
smart.
it's easy. Marriage is, yeah.
How long did y'all date before y'all moved in?
Our moving story is a little untraditional, but I think we were together 3-4 years. We moved in together, something like that.
That's not untraditional. That's my type of traditional.
No. I'm talking about we first lived with my parents before we lived by ourselves.
Oh, well. When were y'all in a space cohabitating together first? 4 years?
Yeah, it was about 3-4 years. Yeah.
Okay. That is my type of traditional. Let's live separately for as long as we can before we bring this bitch together. Because once y'all move in together, the dynamic changes.
It does. It does.
And if you're someone like me who's been living on your own for what is now 3 years, after spending the first 24-ish, 25-ish years always having a roommate, whether it was your siblings or living with your family at home or living with your college roommate or then moving in with like your friends who are now your roommates as you guys are professionals but entry level, so you guys don't have enough money to live on your own. When you start living by yourself and you just hear nothing but quiet in your apartment and everything you do is what you do, you can walk around that bitch naked if you want to. It's hard.
But you get used
I'm
to
glad I'm glad that me and Sydney have been together for we've been together for a minute now, that because I can tell you living by yourself and being with someone, it's hard at first because you like, yo, I could really have the hose here, but I can't. I
never
can't.
had it.
I love my baby. I can't.
That's
do
right.
that. I love my baby. I can't do that. But but I'll tell you this. Some of the best times in my life so far was when I was single, living by myself. Oh,
Yeah, I could see that. The hardest
Bruh.
part is for those who need space after like a disagreement. Because some people like, well, I just want to go have my own space. When you live together, that does not exist.
Oh, it's gonna exist. It's gonna exist for a nigga like me. Cause we arguing. I bet I know where I'm gonna go. I just gotta have my safe space. It's gonna be the car. The car, the man cave, and if I ain't got one of them, which I mean I should have a car, but if I ain't got a man cave I can walk down to, the dispensary, the strip club, my favorite bar, the movie theater, taking my dog on a walk. I'm gonna find a way to get away from you if I need to.
Pro
I'll
tip:
stay late at work.
do not go to a strip club or a bar if you're angry at your significant other. That's a terrible move.
Why?
Anger leads to other emotions.
Well, I mean, you ain't going in there acting a fool. You just going in there just to.
You not?
No.
I'm gonna show her.
No.
Hey,
No. But I'm talking as someone who who would frequent a hookah lounge or a bar or even a strip club if they serve good food. I would go there just to go there on like some social. Like I would go hang there.
like I would go to a movie.
Yeah,
I
but
would just sit.
yeah, but if they ain't got nothing but Tiffany Haddish movies in there, I ain't trying to go to no movie
I'd
theater.
find something.
Which, yo, last thing before we start to get out of here, have you seen the Pharrell biopic Lego trailer?
No, I liked it on Twitter, but I didn't watch it.
Go watch it. It's actually, I think it's going to be fly. I'm actually going to go see that. And I heard the new Bad Boys is actually good, so now I might have
I'm
to go
seeing
see
that Friday. I'm off Friday. I'm seeing that Friday.
I actually might start going to movies by myself just so I have a reason to drive my
Oh,
car.
I love it. I love
It'd be
going.
so
I don't
fun.
go to movies with anyone else. I just go by myself.
I love them. Listen, all it took was my last movie theater date, and I was like, I can't see this. I can't see movies with you ladies. Like y'all fucking ruin it.
I can go to superhero movies with my homies who are superhero movie fans because we're gonna get in there, we're gonna sit. Ain't gonna be no talking, it's gonna be mad quiet.
Man.
Then afterwards, when we leave, and that's when everyone start discussing. So
Hey man, go to movies by yourself.
oh, and I gotta say this because there might be a picture floating around. On the plane ride home from Greece to Athens, it was like a 10-hour ride. I was slammered off some wine.
Okay.
I started watching Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay.
I thought the first time that I watched the movie in the theater and I cried when Aunt May died, I thought that was a fluke. Brother, it got me worse the second time around. I was on that plane bawling my eyes out. I knew the whole plot of the movie. Soon as it came around that part when she was walking and she's just like, oh, I just need to sit down. I need to take a breath. Next thing you know, she out. Here come the waterworks. I look over at Sydney. She's just looking at me. She starts shaking her head.
Tell Sydney to mind her business on this one.
She just don't know. I'm just looking at her. I was like, I've seen this movie before too, by the way.
She just don't know.
She just don't know. Danny, let the people know where they can find you, man. It's been a great show, by the way.
It's been a great show. You can find us on @SpeakOnIt_pod, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and then you can follow me on the Bird. Well, it was the Bird. It's the X app at Danny Ocean 41.
It's the X app, but don't go hitting up your exes, people. It will get you in trouble.
Did you see that now he's going to allow porn officially? Like, dog, Twitter been full of porn since you took over.
Yeah, but now he got to make it known that you guys can come over here with your freaky asses and it'd be a safe space. I'm curious to know if this has any effect on his advertising dollars.
That's a good question.
Because, there are some people like, Apple isn't really the biggest on people on things that promote porn. So will they do a thing where they won't show Twitter in the Apple store, but it's one of their.
Oh, that's interesting.
You know what I mean? Or will they take Twitter off their system? But it's one of their most used apps. So are you sure you want to do that? It's over some porn?
Interesting.
People, make sure you follow me at LosDMix. That is at LOSDEEMIX. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere and everywhere you want to follow me. Yo, by the way, to you Madden players out here, I'm talking specifically to my man Malik. I want to let you know you will never get a chance to ruin my Sunday like that ever again. So I told you I'm in a franchise Madden league. I play my dude Malik, great guy, actually, really great guy. Now, it was already, I knew Malik was the best Madden player in this fantasy league. I mean, in this Madden league. So I was dreading this game. So Sunday, he says he wants to get it out before 2 p.m. Pacific time. I look at my watch. It's about 11:30, 12-ish. Yeah, I want to get this game out the way too. I want to get this out the way so I can have the rest of my day to just go on about my day. So you can tell how I'm feeling. Like, I know I am not going to win this game, but I just want to be competitive in this game.
Right.
Dog, let me tell you something. I am not the best Madden player, but I'm not a terrible Madden player. This guy beat me 70-21.
D, where can the people find you?
It was 56-7 at half. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It was not like the interception. Some of the interceptions I was throwing were like bad decisions. I think maybe one was like a pure bad decision. This guy was jumping every route. Dog. He took a pick back to the house. I was throwing an out route to Aaron Jones for the check down. He jumped the route, took it for a pick six.
Tough scene.
Like, I mean, like, Danny, some of these interceptions, I'm like, yo, dog, this is just Madden fucking me over because this is a video game and not real life. Some of these throws would not be like, some of these interceptions would never happen in an actual NFL game. Of course they happened in Madden. Rest of the day, I was pissed. That ruined my whole Sunday. Next day, I basically get in the group chat and I was like, yo, by the way, next time you will autoplay the CPU. I'm not doing that with you ever again. I don't care how it makes me look. Kick me out the league. I'm not playing you again. And I'm gonna double down. Now I'm making a list of people I'm not even wasting my time playing you because you're gonna ruin my day and it's really not worth it. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. He's at the top of that list. I'm not playing you again. God, I'm not playing
that shit.
Oh man. All right. Before we get out of here, last thing, it's always a great week to play some good Kid Mad City. So we're going to get out of here to one song I heard earlier today. Again, first time in a while that I'm like, yo, this shit still go hard. Sing about me, I'm dying of thirst, people. Peace, love, happiness. You could have been in the world, but you were here with us. So make sure you spend the next week speaking on it. Danny, much love to you. Everybody, peace.